Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
All right, we're here at What's on Tap podcast, back in our original format, but slightly changed. We haven't been at a bar in a while, so we thought, hey, let's get back to the origins of the show. But Mathias, as we like to call him, can't be here this week, so we have a very special guest. Returning after his triumphant victory in the, what do we call it, Game of Beers, episode volume 2. Adrian, welcome.
Thank you very much.
You excited to be back on the show?
Of course.
Wonderful.
Feels like first time again. It's a different format.
It is a different format, so now you get to sit back and relax and talk about the beers this time, and not just blindfolding you and leaving you in the corner. So we're at Beer Ditch this week, and Beer Ditch it closed, went through an ownership change, and now they're back. Pretty much the exact same place or look and feel that it had before. It took out some of the couches, but yeah, I mean the menu shifted a little bit. It's not as hamburgery focused, less diner focused, and now it's much more Danish smørrebrød.
Indeed,
sandwiches.
They actually painted a wall as well.
Oh, they painted the walls?
Yeah, that wall used to be green. It's now white.
Oh wow, they've really done some amazing changes here.
And then actually they had to change the outside furniture.
Yeah.
But that wasn't because of the change of owner. It was the law.
It was a law, okay.
Yeah.
But we couldn't have the bench seating, or?
No, it was too. It was dangerous, obviously.
Oh, of course. I mean, people could sit and relax. I could see why that would be a hazard.
Yeah, well, I actually hurt myself on that furniture.
Did you really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it did look like you might get a splinter, I will say. It looked a little seedy at times.
Yeah, I think I would have hurt myself on any furniture at that time.
Yeah, no kidding. So you've been here a few times now since they reopened just a few weeks ago.
Yes. Too many.
I've enjoyed your Instagram updates quite a bit.
Yeah, thank you. As you said, the food is very different. It used to be, just get some crab to get drinking, but now there's a lot of delicacies like smørrebrød, but also there's wild boar, hot dogs, and other stuff. So that's interesting.
So, do you think it'll be long before they go back to hamburgers? Because the way I usually see Swedish restaurants go, really high ambitions where they start out, and then after like 6 months things start cooling off a little bit. It's like, let's just go back to what was working before.
True, but I think the non-hot food is a really smart thing.
Yeah,
it's probably easier to do, and it tastes a lot better, and it gives it a different class.
Yep.
Big variation, but. No, the owner, Christian, who stands over there, is very much into food. So
great.
I don't think he will let that go.
All right.
He's a cook.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Something exciting to look forward to. Well, I'm glad to see that they still have an amazing bottle selection. They've got some great taps. So nothing's, it feels like it never changed. So.
No, it's pretty much the same. Although the local tap is now Rocket. So they bring two taps from Rocket Brewing all the time.
Yeah.
And Rocket have been a bit, up and down, but these beers they serve over here have overall been very good.
And Rocket's a Danish brewery, correct?
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah, I think there are two guys, and one of them lives in Malmö. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of, as they say, greater Copenhagen area.
Yeah.
or said no one ever believed in that, but greater Copenhagen, they can understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two beers we have today is the Pina Mojito Vice, which is a pineapple, lime, and mint Berliner Weiss from Magic Rock and Stillwater Artisan. And then the other beer we have picked is, I'll let you say it because I can never remember the name of the Danish brewery. Nøgne Ø.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The Dark Horizon, which is kind of amazing that they have on tap.
Yeah, I've only ever seen it on bottle, and it's always been kind of pricey.
Yeah, they put it on this Saturday when the previous owner was here, who actually bought it once in time.
So, that's nice.
So that will be interesting.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, let's jump into the Pina Mojito Vice, and this is, like I said, pineapple, lime, and mint. So kind of going for a pineapple mojito.
Yep.
And it smells like a Berliner Weiss with a little bit of sweetness on it.
Yeah, and there's definitely
kind of a candy-ish.
Yeah, and I get this minta. What's the English word for it?
Mint.
Is it mint?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Definitely some mint in it. Which
Oh yeah, you definitely. I get a really fresh kind of spearminty smell off of it.
Yeah. It smells very fresh.
Yeah, there's no head on this at all. It looks like very kind of effervescent carbonation, but the head doesn't retain very well.
Yeah.
And the color is just a golden apricot-y kind of look to it.
Yeah. Non-clear.
Much like you would expect from a Berliner. Wow, you stir it up a little bit, a little agitate this a little bit. That mint really pops.
Yeah, it's an amazing smell. It smells a lot. I could sit here just
sniffing it. All right, well, let's dig into it and see what we think.
All right. It tastes a lot like it smells, actually.
It does.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Definitely weird. All these spice coming around.
It's very sweet on the front. Like you definitely get the mint and you get the pineapple. A little bit of lime in there. And the finish is kind of, I don't know, kind of cereally a little bit. It's
and there's some dry tones in the finish that sits around.
Yeah, the finish is very, very neat, very clean. I mean, it just drops off.
Yeah.
And you get this cinnamon, not cinnamon, but cereally toastiness on the back.
Yeah, if someone said it was cinnamon in it, I would probably go for it, but I don't think it is.
So many flavors. No, there's no cinnamon in it at all.
No.
Man, it is really clear too. I can really see through the bottom of the glass.
Yeah. This is very fresh. I think it would do even better if it was even colder. There's so much flavor.
I think if it was a little colder, it would kill that. It would bring out some of the fruitiness a little bit more and kill some of the cerealness in the back end.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really. I'm a big fan of Magic Rock, and anytime they have something in the area, I try to grab some of it.
Yeah, I'm one of the few people who never understood Magic Rock actually, but
really
this new series, I never understood the Cannonball and the triple
inhaler and
I never got that. It was probably too much caramel for my flavor.
Okay. See, that was kind of the problem I had with double IPAs when I first started drinking them.
Yeah,
it's just caramel, and they don't like it. It's just gross. And then I started having good double IPAs, and it's like, okay, now I get why people are raving about these. But this is before the New England IPA craze started happening.
Absolutely. I can still really enjoy, like Redonkulous, where the first sip is not really good, but when you get like a full bottle and you drink one beer after work, the last part is excellent.
I really like Redonkulous, and it just came out this week, right?
It did.
Or last week? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of that one.
Yeah, I think it's supposedly a red IPA, but I never got that part.
I didn't either.
No. No, this is fresh. I would definitely drink this again.
Yeah, I had one of their. I think it was just a straight up mojito Berliner Weiss at Brewski Bowl, and I wasn't that crazy about it.
Yep.
So I was a little apprehensive about this going in. Mm-hmm. But man, this is really nice.
Yeah,
I definitely, if it was a hot day and had one of these, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah. It's very, I'm thinking Mediterranean, Mm-hmm. But it's very experimental too. I love it when they go a little bit wild and still don't go crazy. They're nice flavors, and they actually have some pineapple in it. Mm-hmm. Most pineapple beer don't get that
pineapple. Yeah. I think like pineapple sculpin or something like that. Where you're kind of like,
it's an awful beer.
Regular sculpin's okay, but anytime it's mixed with something, it's just like, this is a horrible abomination.
It was the same actually with the Brewski Ananasfjället. Mm-hmm. When it came out, it was just total bitterness. It was a huge disappointment.
Yeah.
But I actually had it again like a year later, mm-hmm. and then the pineapple was actually there.
Oh, nice.
But it took them a couple of years to get that going.
Sometimes the first batch doesn't quite hit it, and you come back a few like a year later, a couple batches later, and then you're like, iron out the kinks. Like we tried with the when you did the
Bräckeriet one.
Yeah, the Bräckeriet one from the tasting. You really noticed like, wow, this is really good. I would have never gone back for this again, based on the first time I had it.
Yeah. Which one was it? Rhubarb?
Rhuboise.
Rhuboise, yeah. It's kind of confusing. They have like 3 rhubarb beer, and
Yeah, it's a horrible name.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, indeed. But no, this one would, somewhere between 3.75 to 4 in my rating.
All right. Well, we do solid numbers. What do you get? 3.75 or 4?
Yeah, I'll go 3.75 if I have to choose.
All right. I got
strong 3.75.
I can go with you there. It's a solid 3.75. It's much better than I was expecting because I wasn't sure quite how the pineapple and the mint would play together. But no, I mean, you get the pineapple, you get a little bit of the tartness from the lime and the Berliner Weiss part, and then the mint kind of isn't. Sometimes mint can be really like fake tasting, like it tastes like they put mint syrup or something in there.
Yeah.
But this actually smells and tastes like fresh mint.
Yes, absolutely. It tastes like that plant, and also the lime. The more I drink of it, the more I feel the lime.
Yeah.
I think actually it's the lime that saves it.
Yeah, I think the lime bridges the gap between the two.
Yeah, but I'm not sure I ever had a mojito with pineapple in it.
I've never had a pineapple mojito either.
No.
So yeah, it's one of them new cocktails from the hipster bars you have to go to.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump over to the Norwegian beer.
Absolutely.
The Dark Horizon. Oh my God, that smells so good.
I still think this is their flagship. I had a few Dark Horizons over the years, but never sober and never on tap. That's
well, this is a really almost like having it the first time.
Pretty much.
It's kind of smoky.
Yeah, there's some fresh aroma to it as well. Can't really put my finger on that.
Yeah, definitely getting the chocolate and a little bit of smokiness to it.
Yeah, of course there's some coffee in it as well. Yeah.
All right, and this is very, very black.
Yeah, it's boozy as well.
Yeah, it's super boozy, and there's like zero carbonation in this thing. It's almost like an anise kind of smell to it.
Yeah. And it's a bit cold now.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's. Anything else you want to say about the smell, or?
No, I can't identify that freshness. Yeah.
Okay. You have a taster glass and you have a snifter, so it's you definitely get more of the boozy smell off of the snifter than you do the.
Well, I really like the booziness.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. It's heavy.
Yeah. But it's not like, it's heavy, but it's not like motor oil thick.
No, it's heavy in the flavors at first, and then it actually disappears a lot. It leaves.
It tastes like, have you ever had like a burnt marshmallow before?
Yeah.
It tastes like a burnt marshmallow in the end. It's like a toasty, real toasty roastedness.
Yeah. Yeah. And I could imagine they hid in some vanilla in to get that effect.
Oh, yeah, I have no doubt there's some vanilla in this.
Yeah. It's very smooth. Even though the booziness comes in the aroma and you can feel it, it's definitely not stinging. Not to me.
No, it doesn't come back up in the nostrils. Sometimes you get that booziness where it just kind of goes back up into the sinuses, and you're just like, oh my God, that's boozy.
Yeah, I think it's like 16%, something like that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Take this easy. And I think this is one that I think if you let it sit for maybe 20 minutes and really let it air out and with some of the booziness evaporate off of it, I think it would become quite magical. But as it is, it's really solid.
Yeah. I looked it up. 16%, 100 IBU.
100 IBU. Wow,
Yeah.
that's a surprise.
Yeah, and it's the 5th edition Dark Horizon. Now, this is a treat, really.
Yeah.
It's one of those, lethal beers, the last one before you go home.
Yeah, you only need one. Or the first one to really kick things off.
Yeah. It looks very oily.
It does. It leaves a nice kind of coating on the glass when you swish it around a little bit.
Yeah, and you get this edges, which is where it's light, and then the darkness in the middle. It's not completely black. It's
No. Yeah, when you lean it over just a little bit and let the light catch the edge, I mean, you can see kind of a lightness to it.
Yeah,
it's quite pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty. It's like a very dark rum in the color.
Man, I gotta say that is really good.
It is. I can get used to this. Probably have another before I go home tonight.
Okay, good call.
No, it's definitely one of those beers you want when it's cold outside.
Yeah, I know. And we're getting into fall, so the temperatures are starting to drop pretty quick.
Yeah.
And so this is a nice. And it's been so many IPAs and over the summer that I'm kind of ready for some porters and stouts to kind of come back.
And actually, I always have these stout periods where like I only drink stout for a couple of weeks and I get tired of them. But I found a new love in this, the American strong ales, Backwood Bastard, to take one, regular. There's not that many of them, but they kind of fill that gap between.
Backwards Bastard is probably my favorite Founders beer.
Yeah, really.
I absolutely love
That's
it.
Funny.
I think it's so amazing. And whenever I see it, I always I'm definitely having that.
Yeah. No, that's fair. It has that style has a place, and there's not much to choose from. So I pack a lot of Backwood Bastards as well, just to have that style available.
Well, they started carrying Dirty Bastard. It's a Stumblelager regularly.
Yeah, it's not as good, but you get that boozy. It's good. Yeah.
All right. So what would you rate this?
Oh, this one has to go high. I mean, it's a beautiful beer. It's very well done. It's complex, and probably if I drink it 3 more times, I will have different experiences.
Yeah.
And that's high quality. I'd say it's well above 4. It's not, I like the experimental stuff, and I'm a big Prairie fan. And they, with the chili and stuff.
Yeah.
I miss that edge, so I'll probably go 4.5 on this one still.
I was thinking 4.25, 4.5. I think some adjuncts to it, maybe a barrel age on this would be pretty interesting. Absolutely. But just as a solid, straight up the middle of the road, stout, Scandinavian stout, it is spot on, pretty much what you would expect and kind of what you want.
Yeah, it's quite a lot like a blueprint for how it should be done. I believe it is barrel aged.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
But it's really subtle. Because normally barrel aging just slaps you in the face.
But maybe that's what I was looking for. I felt something in the beginning. Maybe it's bourbon barrel aged or something like that. That could explain that, and also explain that color. We need to look this up.
Yeah, more research is required.
Yep.
All right, so I think 4.5 for both of us on this one is well deserved.
Yep. It's a great beer.
All right, so now it's time for me to wrap things up. If I can remember all of the places we're located. We're on Facebook, what'sontappodcast.com, Instagram. Matthias usually has all this memorized. He runs down it really quick.
I'm listening to your YouTube. So.
And we just did YouTube. We just started YouTube. So I went back and I put all of our episodes on YouTube. So so now we're on YouTube as well, and it's doing pretty good. I'm surprised people are actually checking it out. And
I told you,
we've got a few subscribers, and thank you so much for recommending that to us. And it was super easy to do now. So if you would rather listen to us on YouTube, you can easily find us there. You don't have to worry about downloading at that point. You can just put it on the background at work and enjoy. All right, so until next time, keep drinking.